What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're talking about launch control. I'm going to start by showing you guys how to properly engage launch control, and then we're going to do some acceleration tests. Stay tuned. Alright guys, so before we do any tests, I'm going to show you guys actually how to properly engage launch control. This is probably one of the more common things that I've seen asked on like the Reddits and Facebook pages and stuff like that. People having trouble getting it to engage, and to be honest, I had trouble with it at first too, so I'm going to try to do my best to show you what really helped me be able to get it every single time. So the first thing you need to do is you got to come into your infotainment center. You're going to go into N, the N mode, and then it's going to be on the second page, and you'll see launch control right here. All you got to do is hit this button to activate it, and it's ready to go. It's good for 5 minutes. Now if you want to change the RPMs, you can do it here, but what you actually have to do is you have to do it before you activate it. So we're going to set it at 3,000 RPM, and then I'm going to hit activate. All right, so now it's ready to go, at least in the infotainment center. So we're going to go back into the N mode settings. Now we're going to come over here, and all right, so once you get it all set up in the infotainment center, there's a couple more things that you have to do. There are some requirements that you have to be able to meet before you can even get launch control to activate, and I'm going to put those up on the screen. The steering wheel's got to be straight, you got to be in drive, you have to be in N mode, and you have to have the traction control at least in ESC Sport, or else it will not engage. Okay, so once you have all of those things set, then what you have to do is you got to push the brake literally as hard as you possibly can. You need this to say 100%. It's got to be pushed as hard as you possibly can do it, or else it's not going to work. Okay, and then the other thing that I noticed a lot, and what my problem was, is that I wasn't getting on the gas fast enough. You have to get on the gas quick, or else it's not going to engage. So I've got a video showing my feet down below, and what you're going to see is at first, so I've got the brake pushed all the way in, and then if I go slow onto the gas, it's not engaging. You see how it's just slowly creeping up like that? That's not what's supposed to happen. So what you need to do is you have to be very quick on the gas. So I'm going to stomp it, and now you can see the difference, and it's giving it the bang. It's banging off the rev limiter. So that's the big key. You got to be very quick on the gas, or else it's not going to work. So once you get the brake pushed all the way in, just slam on the gas, and that's how you're going to get it to engage. Alright guys, so for the purpose of this test, I'm going to keep the car in drive the whole time. I'm going to let the car do the shifting. This first thing we're going to do is we're just going to do an acceleration test without launch control. So I'm also going to show you guys real quickly how to get the acceleration timer up. So all you do in N mode, you hit the lap timer, you go to acceleration timer, you can dial in whatever you want here. So we're going to do 0 to 60. And then I'm going to pull right out here into the street. I'm going to hit ready, and yeah, we're going to do it. Okay, so you hit ready, and here we go. Alright, so that was not bad. We got 5.78 seconds. That was without launch control. We definitely had some wheel spin and some wheel hop. So now I'm going to loop around, and we're going to go back, and I'm going to do a launch control test this time, and we're going to see how much that improves things. Alright guys, so we're going to do it with launch control this time and see what kind of results we can get. Here we go. Alright, so I forgot to shift the car back into drive and let the car do the shifting, but regardless, you could see that time was significantly faster. That one was a 5.10. That was with launch control without NGS. So we're going to do one more test. I got to let the car cool down. There's a kind of a cool down time. Once you use launch control, you have to give it, I think it's 5 minutes, it might be 10 before you're able to do it again. So I'm just going to drive around, let it cool down, and then we're going to do one more test with the launch control and NGS and see if we can break that 5-second mark. All right, guys, we're gonna do one last test with NGS activated. Here we go. All right, that time we got a lot more wheel hop for whatever reason, so the results are actually slower than without NGS, which is interesting. All right, guys, we are back in the garage. The roads where I was doing the testing were starting to get a little bit busy, so I really didn't feel comfortable doing any more runs. We did get 3 in today. I will put the times up on the screen so you guys can see. But basically it was like a 5.8 0 to 60 time with no launch control at all. That was a lot of throttle control. The wheels really wanted to spin in that first run, and I kind of let off the gas a little bit to make sure that they wouldn't, or else I think it probably would have been even slower than that, to be honest with you. And then the second run, where we did launch control at 3,000 RPMs with no NGS, that was the best run by far of the day. The smoothest, it was 5.10. And then in the very last run, we did launch control again at 3,000 RPMs, but we used the NGS. And that time we got 5.52. But I think what happened there was I was on a different stretch of the same road that I did the first launch control test on, and I think there was just some dirt on the road that led to a lot more wheel hop and wheel spin than I got in that first launch control test, which you can kind of see in the video. I don't know if you can hear it or not, but it definitely got wheel hoppy in that last run for sure. But like I said, there will be more runs in the future. I think with the NGS, you in a clean launch on a good stretch of road, you could break that 5-second mark. I truly believe, and I think I've seen people out there already that have been able to accomplish that in the DCT. So it is pretty impressive what you're able to do with these cars. Okay, that's gonna wrap things up for today's video. If you've made it this far, give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more content on my Hyundai Elantra N, definitely hit that subscribe button. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you all have a wonderful day.